Lane Hurt here with softball player Dani Morgan. Dani, just go through kind of the emotional roller coaster the last couple of weeks have been for you guys. Middle of your season, just getting ready to start conference play, and then kind of the year ends for you.
Right. So, well, it's kind of crazy you say last couple of weeks because it feels like it's been months. But um, yeah, we were in a team meeting and we were talking about how ACC had suspended play and that they're just kind of talking about the next few weeks. We'd come back April 5th. Like, what are our plans? Are we going home? How are we going to work out? At the time, it was still optional practices or team or player-led practices. So we were just talking about everything we were doing, and we're actually just sitting there. And one of the players, Anna, pulls up her phone and reads out the NCAA tweet that had went out, and it said that NCAA is suspending or canceling, whatever it was, the play for the rest of the year. And I've never heard a room go that quiet. And then, of course, our seniors, we got pretty emotional, and it was definitely a roller coaster of a day. But yeah, it was not something you're expecting, when you're sitting there as a team trying to figure out what you're doing, and then you, especially as a senior, find out that you played your last game. So it was crazy.
Yeah, you mentioned it as a senior specifically to have things stop like that. What was the emotion like? And with the NCAA potentially giving an option for seniors to get another year, how hopeful are you that that will be something that can happen, and whether you make the decision or not, just that that option is there?
Yeah, well, I think that's what kind of contributed to the roller coaster because, you find out, we're in that meeting, you find out that you just played your last game. And, as a senior, you know that you're going to play your last game eventually, but you don't think it's going to be, um, so soon, not on your terms kind of a thing. So it was really just a shock. And then I don't remember if it was later in the day or the next day, but then the NCAA had kind of talked about the eligibility, and then it's like, well, oh, there's some hope. Maybe we do come back. But then there's always those contingencies on, what are the rules of the NCAA going to be necessarily with who's allowed to come back and just things like that. So, and then of course, as seniors, you kind of have life plans afterwards, and you're planning on, getting a job. Or me, for example, I got into grad school at a different school, so I had kind of had my mind set up on going to grad school and all sorts of different things. So it's definitely an emotional roller coaster. I really hope the NCAA gives another year, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Looking back on the season, you had so many highs at the beginning of the year, some tough games against some really good teams. Where do you feel like your team was at that point in the season? Do you feel like you're getting your feet under you and getting into a good place heading into conference season?
Well, I think that's what's so hard about it is because you really don't know how the rest of the year would have panned out. So there's always those, what ifs, or I mean, you really don't know because teams can have those kind of, I guess you can say, roller coaster years and still come out as champs at the end of the year. So, I felt that our team was making steps in the right direction, and it just kind of doesn't feel right to have it taken out from under you. So really early in the season, we haven't even started conference play. So there was a lot that could still happen, and it just definitely doesn't settle right when you don't get to finish it out yourself.
Softball is it's such a busy season, a grind of a season. You have midweek games, you have your series on the weekends, the tournaments. All that kind of goes away for you guys. What are you doing to stay busy? What are you doing to stay sharp and in shape right now?
Yeah, well, staying busy. I'm actually doing a puzzle right now, and I called you. So,
What kind?
it's a Disney puzzle. We got it. I got it when we went to Orlando, so I think Tinkerbell. But just really staying busy. I haven't been bored yet. That's what I like to tell myself. So I've been staying. I don't know. I've been doing random things, I guess. But working out, just finding ways to work out. I had went and bought a dumbbell and um, a couple things just to stay in shape. Running outside. Been doing stuff like that. So it's hard when you don't have, our facilities are shut down with the weight room and just softball facilities. So just really getting creative. And I know some of my teammates are getting pretty creative too. So.
I did want to put you on the spot, but you guys have known as one of the most creative teams on campus. You had to have seen some pretty cool things so far from either you or your teammates. What are some of the most creative and best things you've seen so far?
Um, I gotta think. I'm not really sure. There's I think there's like 6 or 7 of us that are still in Tallahassee, so we've had some game nights and stuff. But I don't. I think some girls are just getting into their hobbies. Like I know Anna's a really big. She's really big into art, so I'm not sure if she's doing that kind of stuff. Or same with Kaylin, she loves art, and Leslie loves to sing, so I know she's been playing guitar a lot more. I guess I don't know. I hope people are finding ways to stay busy.
And that kind of leads to my next question. You mentioned the puzzle. Everyone's looking for cool things to do. Is there anything that you can point people to that'd be like, hey, this is cool, you should try this?
Um, I guess take the time. You can take this time to learn something new.
Okay.
Um, I've always wanted to learn another language, so maybe I should get started on that. It could be the right time to do that. I know, I mean, just outside things right now, still keep your social distancing, but going for a run or I know Tallahassee, I was thinking about going and buying a bike because there's so many bike trails around Tallahassee. And I saw the really cool initiative, the TLH Can Do. I think it's what it's called, and it gives you stuff to do in Tallahassee. But I was kind of looking at that and trying to figure stuff out. But I guess take the time to learn something new.
That sounds like a great idea. Finally, do you have a message to the fans?
Just thank you for. I know the season was short and we only had a couple home games, but the fans always turn out and they support us so much. And we love getting to talk to the fans, meet the fans. It makes my day when little kids come up to us and want to talk to us. So just want to say thank you for supporting us, and hopefully we'll see you next year too, as seniors.
All right. Well, thank you, Dani, for taking a few minutes. I hope that you and your family stay safe and still have some fun with that puzzle.
Yeah, thank you so much.